Okay, so this morning we are doing the coolant on my truck, the 100,000 miles. We're gonna drain and then we're gonna fill it with AMSOIL antifreeze. This is the concentrate, so you're gonna mix it with a gallon. So we'll mix it, probably pour it back in the. Also, here's the overflow reservoir. So from the factory, here's something a little weird on mine. It actually doesn't even have it on the stick. Which is kind of weird. And I actually not that long ago heard a couple of bubbles from the heater core while I was driving, and I was at a stoplight. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on because it's not like, you know, never overheated, isn't leaking any from anywhere I can tell, and isn't mixing with the oil. So I don't know exactly how to explain that one, other than they maybe just didn't fill it correctly from the factory. So anyway, but we're gonna get under here, and I have a light and I have a big bin to catch everything. What we're going for is this I think it's called a petcock valve. But basically you use a 5/8 wrench, you open that up, and it's gonna start spilling out of here. So I'm gonna get a long funnel, put it on that, and then we'll open it up, drain it out. Alright, so I couldn't get it to all start draining by opening it with the 5/8. So what I'm actually going to do is take a 10mm hex instead and try this. There we go. Okay, so while we got that drained, we're going to go ahead and mix everything up in a bucket. Alright, that's our 50-50. Okay, now, and I should have mentioned this before, on the AMSOIL instructions, there's a part on the back that says you want to mix it with distilled water or high quality water containing less than 100 ppm total hardness, right? So I have a TDS meter, it's one of these, and just to kind of show you how that works, I just got some drinking water from the sink in there. What's going to happen, it's got a reading on here, it's for ppm, so go ahead and stick that in. Alright, so you can see we have, whoop. Alright. So in here, we have 175, right? But I just checked this other bottle of distilled water a second ago. Same stuff. And what this will show you is that if we put this down here, and it's distilled, so this should be around 0. And if you look on here, that is 0.00. There's nothing in here. So that's actually good. I was kind of surprised. This is great value. I mean, it is distilled, so, you know, theoretically it should be 0. But I know they like to add minerals in and stuff afterwards. But yeah, so if you're doing this, you don't know what water to use to mix, great value. Distilled water has 0 ppm reading. So, okay, so next thing we're going to do, now that we have our 2 gallons here, we have quite a bit of coolant left over. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the good coolant and put it back in the 2 empty containers there and there, and then we'll take all of this, dump it into here, and then we should be able to figure out about how much we're actually needing to put back in, so that we don't overfill it, underfill it, something like that. We have, yeah, that's kind of interesting. We only have 1 gallon, which I'm pretty sure should have seen more. Awesome. Alright, that's bottle number 1. We'll add more until we hit the top here. And then we'll make sure that overflows good. Alright, that's going to spill over a little. little bit. Reservoir. We're at least at the minimum on here. So we'll go ahead, give this a test drive, and then get it up to temperature, bleed out some of the air, come back, double check everything, should be good to go. But I feel like that was a little bit strange to be low on, or to only have a gallon come out. And like I said, I did hear some bubbling from the heat exchanger, or the heater core, not that long ago. It's not leaking anywhere, it's not going anywhere, so I think it was just underfilled from the factory by a little bit. Because again, everything looks full, and we just have like an extra like 2.5 liters on here. So I mean, we're close to basically 1.5 gallons, which some of the other videos I'd seen were around there. So anyway, we'll drive, got it up to temperature, cycled through at least a few times, got it up to I think like 230 degrees, just sitting there, and it was able to bring it all back down. So I'm gonna let it cool all the way off, and then we'll pop the cap on it, make sure that we got all the air out of it, and then probably pour in a little bit more, but we'll see. Okay, so I did end up adding quite a bit more. I almost used an entire 2nd gallon between filling up the rest of the radiator and filling up the reservoir to the max spot. That was almost an extra gallon. So if you're doing this, if the reservoir was low like mine, then you're probably looking to use almost a full 2 gallons.